Honestly, I don't know how to start this video, but I had this beat in my head too. I'm gonna use that for the intro. But celestial rising, divine noon, and grand night to the beautiful divine mirage. Watching this mindful message. It's basically a confirmation. I see a white feather in front of me, so but it's your divine reflection, divine messenger, and we are back with another message. I understand. Yeah, we're gonna have this video is basically just pouring out my thoughts. I ain't gonna lie, I've been on shrooms today, and I don't mind telling y'all that because I don't give a fuck. And the thing is too, the things that I noticed, bruh, I noticed so much today, this week, just being in this realm. It's so funny, I don't want to laugh in people's faces. That's how comical and that's how easy it is to see through people that play as if they're not doing what they're doing. And right now, as y'all know, because we got the scenery right there and shit. But yeah, right now I'm at a park by my house, and today I just noticed so much to where the way people treat me, the way people treat me is weird. That's weird. And I say that because too, being in Columbus, I ain't gonna tell you, well, I mean, some of y'all probably know, but you know, I'm in Columbus, Georgia right now. And just my whole life, because a lot of people don't know this stuff. And I'm not sitting here telling you everything about me because that comes with due time. And I don't like to tell the internet everything because I feel like you should really keep a lot of things to yourself. But it's okay to tell people bits and pieces about your life because I do want to be able to help somebody out there understand what they can go through and what they are going through, what they are experiencing. And when I say people treat me weirdly, it's in the fact of I got up today, took care of my hygiene and all that. I was in a higher vibration today for some strange reason. It's like when I'm about to do shrooms, I do things on a higher pattern to where my subconscious mind has to recognize my actions and what I'm doing. So I said my affirmations today, got my bathroom fixed, we got our ant problem situated and all that. So I was just in the mirror doing mirror gazing, doing mirror affirmations, and I had a sticky note. I was saying, man, I ain't gonna tell you what the affirmation was, but it pertains to what I'm doing today. And I had to understand that the way I see myself, you feel me? And somebody's probably like, I don't feel you because I haven't been here for so long. To the people who've been watching me, you know what I mean. But if you don't, with affirmations, whenever I feel like I'm so deep in thought. I do apologize, y'all, but I'm just gone. I'm not even in my body for real. I'm just, man, it's just crazy. So the thing is, on the sticky note, I was writing out who I am, my energy, and the way I look, and the way I'm perceived into the world. And that's just how I feel about myself. And I don't mean that on a narcissistic, trait or whatever, because we all have narcissistic traits that we practice, but we're not narcissists. And I do my best, and I strive so high to never be like a narcissist ever, because I ain't gonna put all that information out there, but I know what like being raised into a family like that, I know what that feels like, and I don't appreciate that. But so I feel like everybody deserves to get heard. Everybody's voice matters. Doesn't matter how much status you have in life. That should be crazy to me. But so yeah, I was just expressing myself to how I feel with the world. And then I thought I had class online at 9:30. I checked the syllabus, and it was cognitive. No, it's called, like, the class is philosophy of disgust or yuck, something like that. But basically talking about how our biological makeup, the things that we taste and test ourselves to taste in certain time periods determine where we are and why we crave certain things. So just from the thing is too, I walked in and I learned so much in the span of maybe 40 to 50 minutes being there. And I came into class late, so because I really thought the class was online 9:30. So I said, fuck. I was like, all right. And the thing is too, I'm wearing Crocs damn near everywhere. I'm not putting shoes on unless it's an important, event or whatever. But I'm not putting shoes on for class. Like, I'm gonna be there for 50-some minutes, 40-some minutes, maybe an hour, and I'm gone. Like, no. And you never know people's thought process when it comes to you. So the thing is, and I walked in class, it was around 10 o'clock. And I knew I was late because I was like, damn, I checked the syllabus, we meet in class. So I was just like, fuck. So I'm thinking as if the class was online, so we didn't have to go, but I was ready. So the thing is, I was so ready. I woke up early. I'm talking about dumb early, close to 7. I got up early and shit, and I was ready. I was like, I got my day started, getting ready for class. Nigga, this shit don't even start at 9:30. I said, bro, what the fuck is going on? So I'm thinking to myself, you gotta go in that bitch, and you had to sit there and learn what it is you had to know about this hybrid class. So I told myself, just go ahead and push through it. Drove there. I was just like, don't feel bad because you're late. It's just, it's the first day. It's cool. But I take that stuff serious, and you may laugh. It may be, comical, whatever. But I truly understand that being early is still better than being late to something. And that's the thing I learned too with just college basketball. I hated missing a practice. That's why I never missed practice, because I never wanted to go through that punishment of having to account for what I did and what I missed. And the thing is too, if I have nothing to do all day, how can I miss practice? Unless I oversleep. But realistically, you can't really oversleep unless you just snooze your alarm. No. So I tell myself, bro, you had to get up and go do something. And even today, so I walk upstairs, my shit's on the second floor. Walk into the room, find the classroom, I look, I said, damn, everybody already in there. So it was like 20-some, 30-some minutes into the class. I'm walking in, they playing a video and shit. There was a girl in there too, to my brother. And, I'm basically gonna say my other brother too, because I ain't gonna lie, be like another brother. Because my brother and him, they best friends and shit. So to me, he like my brother. And the thing is too, we had some conversations off camera that the world don't need to know. But it's just a lot of things I witness about them. They like my younger brothers, but my blood brother knows a lot of people. And this girl in my class, I seen her afterwards, but I'm skipping. So I walk in there and I'm just like, fuck. So the thing is too, I enjoy speaking in silence. I enjoy sitting in silence. I enjoy being to myself. I enjoy what I'm in right now. But I know that there's cars, like for example, across the water, there's 3 cars, a gray car, black car, and a red car. And somebody may think I'm bullshitting. I kid you not. I don't know if y'all can see that shit, but over there. And you feel me? I know that with what I'm doing, it's different, and I understand that differences make people question what they're doing. And all I noticed so far is that people cannot really make eye contact with me, besides, my brother and B and all that, because, I know them. Well, I know my brother, but I'm getting to know B and all that, but, he's down there, he close to blood too, so it's like I'm protective of both of them. Realistically, I'm like their guardians in my eyes, and I think people know that shit. But the thing I noticed when I walked in, people were just looking and shit. I was like, fuck. But I had to understand too, it's okay. It's okay. The thing is, I realized too, it's okay if you know that you're trying. At least you came to class. That's why I told myself, at least I came to class, because I could have just sat in the room and just been like, I missed the first day. I said, no, fuck all that. Don't let your thoughts play into this delusion of, oh, I don't have to go, I'll be okay. No. You need to actually go to class because this shit's getting paid for, and I'm not on scholarship. So just people, and everything I'm saying too is all sporadic. So I'm not sitting here stringing along a storyline for you. It's all just, it's a hamster wheel. It's just gonna be in different directions, but you just gotta be able to string it along because it all makes sense towards the ending. But, and the thing is too, it's not even 3 o'clock yet, and all this stuff is happening like just now. It's 3:26, but, and the thing is, so I was like, no, it's all good. So I had to deal with it. I had to sit in the front of class. That's twice too. I'm going into these classes thinking I can sit in the back. No, I got to sit in the front of the goddamn class and shit. And somebody's probably like, what's wrong with that? I'd rather sit in the back and just still get the exact same information. But it's all good though, because my professors, they notice me, and I shake hands with them. I look them in the eyes and I let them know who I am. And we move from there, because I feel like if I'm putting myself in uncomfortable positions to where I have no choice but to speak up. And that's what irritates me. And it's funny because it's just like you're playing into your own game. Because a lot of times I question what I just witnessed. I'm questioning what I experienced, but there's no need for me to do that because I already know why it's happening. Basically, I'm noticing today, if I'm outside the AMC theater and I'm at the top where you can go into the room with projections and all that in different rooms. So let's say you got theaters 1 through 5. If you go upstairs into wherever the upstairs is, because they have projection rooms, obviously. If you really pay attention, you walk into the theater, you look up, projection, they got a little screening shit. There's a whole room in there that you can supply the whole thing, and yeah, but I realized that I'm the one watching the tape just roll through. The moment I open my eyes, it's record. Literally. The moment I open my eyes, it's instantly a knowing, it's instantly this, it's instantly that. And these things are happening because that's how people are playing their game. The only difference is we're just together in the same exact gaming console. That we find differences is, so you got PlayStation users, you got Xbox users, and I'm just realizing that everybody's the same. It's just when they're in pressure situations, that's when you notice who people are. And I'm noticing that by a long shot. Because it's not hard for the weird people to talk to me. Because after class today, it was like the philosophy of discuss or whatever. And so like my professor, he had barf, ranch, butter, and dirt. But these are beverages. They were like in those old Coca-Cola cans, but they weren't Coca-Cola. But they were just those beverages that you wouldn't even think to taste. So it's like those, those different flavored jelly beans that if you ever play board games or whatever, you probably had some flavored jelly beans or whatever the case may be. That's how that was. So you may have barf, you may have soda, you may have cotton candy, pecan, just different flavorings and all that. And when I was drinking it, the people, like for example, some Caucasian, it was some Hispanic, some light-skinned guy, whatever. The people who are quirky, the people who don't really get that much attention, they were talking to me as if, it was normal. And that's the point I'm making. You can still talk, and the thing is too, I was talking right back to them, and it was just as if we was cool, because this Hispanic girl in front of me, she had glasses on, skirt, black, long sleeve or whatever. I think she tried the ranch or whatever. And then I said, is it that disgusting? And she said, go ahead and smell it real quick. And I smelled it. I said, oh shit, that shit's disgusting. Then some other tall black guy, he was next to me. He was doing the most. Like, he was smelling and he falling to the floor, trying to make people laugh and shit. I'm just like, bro, chill. Like, you don't gotta exaggerate. Like, we know it smells like some shit, but come on, bro. And I tried the 3 beverages and all that, but the girl that my brother and them knew, her name started with a Z. So, but she said, why are you late to class? And I was just like, I ain't gonna lie. And the thing is, the way she talked to me different than the way she talked to my brother and, our other brother and all that. So when she said that, it was a concerning, like, what you doing? I was like, I thought the class was at 9:30. She was like, oh, it's okay. I said, but how you doing? She said, I'm doing good and all that. But when I was looking into her eyes, she wasn't reciprocating the same exact energy. And I understand on a woman intuition and all that, because I can see both of the balances. And it's just, that stuff irritates me too, because I really thrive on making strong eye contact with people. And not to make it awkward or anything, but it's just to the point to where I want people to know I respect you and your words. And I want you to mean what you say. Even if you say some stupid shit, because think about it too, people don't understand. I'm so contradicting. The moment you say your first word, in my head, I'm going to contradict you anyways. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, that's not right, or you're not right for it. No, I'm not going to go against what you're saying. I don't do that. If I chose to, I would be an asshole. Nobody would fuck with me. And I would understand why. But the thing I realize is that people got to understand. And I understand because it's like the intimidation factor, because I am giant. I be forgetting how tall I am sometimes too, because I be towering over a lot of people and I don't realize it. So I'm around somebody else who's tall, and then when I see other people, I just be like, I don't see what they see. But I just wanted to know, like, guardians exist. Like, there are different beings who are walking amongst you. We just look human. But a lot of people don't see us like that because we share different experiences and all that. But after that, you know, I went to the crib, and me, my brother, and B, we went to campus just to go walk around and shit like that. And I just noticed too, the people that they would meet, my brother would say what's up to them, and he would say, "Oh yeah, this is my brother right here, my big brother right here." And then if I would talk to a girl, whatever, I'll shake their hand, and they'll look at my hand, they'll look at me real quick, and then they'll try not to make it weird, cause you gotta realize it's three niggas walking up. Bro, it's been raining, and the thing is, too, it's been raining damn near every day, and it's windy. That shit feel good though. But so I'm shaking Shorty hand. I forgot her name. Hopefully y'all can hear me still, bro. Make sure it's calmed down and all that. But so yeah, I'm shaking her hand. I forgot her name, but she said something about she was cooking and something like that. My brother said, "Oh, can I come by and make a plate or get a plate, whatever?" And she was just like, "Yeah, come on through." And then I guess she offered to where we can. I'm trying to make sure my hair looks straight and all that, but she offered to where we can come over if we choose to because they been knew her. It's my first time meeting her. And then I met her friend as well. I think that's her spot also. It's just so much shit going on. I wasn't paying attention, bro, because I was thinking about videos. And so I met them two. Next thing I know, we just kept walking. We just kept seeing people just staring. People just, walking because they knew who my brother and his best friend are. But I don't know if they talked to them in the past or whatever. So it's kind of like this exchange to where it's like some people. Niggas in the car and shit, that's weird. But it's like some people, you don't really talk to them though. But you see them around. That's kind of what this is. That's why I say it's weird because there was this girl, her name started with a K, and we going by the rec. And they end up, as we're walking down, because we already introduced ourselves to the people that was talking about cooking or whatever. So we're walking to the rec to go meet their other homeboy. And as we're going down the sidewalk, this girl named, they start with a K, it's all I'm gonna say. She had black shirt, black leggings and all that. And she's pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she got some thighs, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say thick or chubby or whatever, but I ain't gonna lie, there's some meat on them thighs. Hey, that's my kind, I ain't gonna cut to you, but we don't discriminate. You just can't be crazy. Like, you gotta be able to, for example, if we get into a shootout, you have to be able to run with me. I can't look back and you sitting here breathing for air. No, you better be able to run, motherfucker. Like, I shouldn't be able to pick your ass up. Nah, that's a problem. But, no, so as soon as she came around the corner, one girl that gave me her number, she happened to be behind her, surprisingly. And so I seen her in the daylight. I was just like, oh, that's how she looked in the daytime. She looked at me and then was talking to her friend. I ain't say shit, 'cause I'm just like, do what you gotta do. Don't feel pressured into communicating with me, trying to get to know me. Like, it's cool. 'Cause either way it goes, I'm doing what I want to do anyway. And then the girl that starts with a K, she see my brother and his friend. She hugs B, which is our roommate. So she hugs B. And then she asked my brother, do you want a handshake or you want a hug? My brother said, shit, I'll just get a handshake. I said, dog, what the fuck is going on? Because then she look at me and she don't even look at me. She look at me and she don't even look at me. I said, fam, I feel so disrespected right now. Because I'm just like, and I get that she's a part of their like age group and all that, but to me, numbers and awareness doesn't really matter. But I ended up seeing, bro, these motherfuckers park close by. That's so, you see what I mean? You can't make this shit up. But the thing I noticed is though, she looked at me, but she wasn't looking at me. But I shook her hand, said, hey, how you doing? But she just looked at my hand and shit. But nobody, and the thing is too, at this point, my shrooms already kicked in. So I'm thinking to myself, bro, this is some awkward ass shit, bro. Cause there's no way that people's internal battles are presenting themselves right in front of my face. I'm talking about, I'm looking people dead in their solar awareness, and it's just like they're taking a seat back and they're just like, okay, you can have whatever you want. What the fuck is going on with you? Get it to fucking together. You know, like, get it together, motherfucker. Like, get your mind intact and let's keep the script rolling. Like, this shit's crazy. Like, people go out of their script and they forget what to say. I'm like, fam, you know that there's a movie playing right now and you're forgetting your role. People don't understand that though. We're literally in our, okay, we're in a movie right now. If we're in the movie, who's directing it? If you are this director that's directing life. Now, in the direction of life, where is your production going when you're producing the actions that you want to act in for the roles that you play in? So as I'm watching people playing these roles, I'm thinking to myself, do you know what the hell you're about to say and what the fuck you're doing and why you're in front of me? Because I'm shaking my hand, trying to get to know you, but you can't even look me dead in my eyes and say, hey, how you doing? But I get it though, because it's some weird dynamic going on behind closed doors that I'm not adjusted to. I don't know what the story is, but I don't know. And so we keep walking and shit. More girls keep looking our direction. And what I noticed too, which is so funny to me, and my brother and B, they already know. I'm gonna laugh. We laugh about it too. Cause it's like we had this term to where we represent the basketball, but we actually play basketball. But well, me and my brother do. But when it comes to basketball, I be like, bro, y'all want me to shoot, but I'm not really shooting that bitch. I'm just laying the ball up. Y'all need to start shooting. And so they're just like, okay. Like, they're like, okay, we're gonna start shooting and shit. And so I'm just like, okay, do what you gotta do. So when they do that, they'll see something, but nothing is said. That shit is so funny to me because I used to do that shit. When I would see a girl, I would want to talk to her, but then something inside me just says, nah, if I get rejected, that's what it really be too. If I get rejected, that's gonna be a bad look. Truth be told, I would never give a fuck, bro. I've been turned down plenty of times as well. I'm not gonna say it's been too much to count, but I've been turned down before, and it happens. And the thing is too, the ones that turn you down are doing it for their reasoning, not yours. So how can you reason with what they're turning down when they're just turning themselves down from fucking your life up? You feel me? That's why when you go into a new environment, people have no idea what they're looking at. And it never changes. Everywhere I go, I get the same exact reaction, bro. And I just try to make sure that I can always stay, within humility, because I understand so much at a young age to where I don't care to know it. That be the thing. And people don't realize too, you got Darius and you got Devon. When you align that together, it's just peace. And a lot of times throughout my day, I'm still being Darius, but Devon is a character. People don't realize that for the ones who, and I'm gonna put on the title too, because I want people around this area to know a lot of y'all are weird as fuck. A lot of you have, and it's no offense to anybody, by the way, so if you ever see me in person, we can have a conversation about it. I ain't gonna fight you, I ain't gonna get into a shootout with you over your emotions because I don't care. And if you take my life because of the way you feel, then shit, it was my time to go. I ain't gonna feel bad about it. Like, it is what it is, bro. Because people, I realize out here, you can't fuck with people. You can't really have intellectual conversations with people because their ego will get into the way to where they will try to big dog you. And a lot of these people out here, they're like, these niggas lift truck tires out of boredom just cause. Like, a lot of these niggas is brawling people. So it's like, if you get into a fight with somebody like that and they don't stop punching you, bro, they can bust your head wide open or inside out. People don't realize that a lot of these people have built-in trauma to where they work it out. So when you're working out trauma and pain and agony, frustration, what does that look like? No. So that's what I realized too. So my brother daps these people up and they look at me like the football team or whatever. They give me a certain respect, and it's just the fact of, I don't know these niggas, but every time they see me, they know what it is. And I don't understand what, excuse me, I don't understand what that is, but I get it. Because a lot of them don't understand too, but I really I really just want to have a peaceful time, bro. I'm not on the same type of timing that a lot of hurt egos are in right now. I'm not in that phase. And I had to understand too, I'm so healed right now to where nothing can really harm me from not continuously wanting to keep healing. And because I'm in this race right now myself, I gotta understand that I can't get upset with where other people are at. And so when I see people just dapping them up, when we went to the rec and all that, and we were talking to football players and shit like that, just dapped them up, said what's up, and a lot of them just be like, y'all brothers, how so? How'd that work out? How you so short? And he just look at me and just be like, come on, bro, like dick riding. Niggas be dick riding and shit. And it's just weird to me. And what I'm realizing is too, if I had Skull and Gate, or if I just had a forensics being next to me, that's really what I focus on. So I know too, a lot of these people, they're not really their gender as well, and that does play a big factor into emotions, and people don't realize that. And some people will be like, oh, I don't want to hear about this shit. I don't care. That's what life is, sadly. People don't realize that a lot of people are not their biological makeup, so they had to make up masks to play in. People don't understand that traumatic, satanic illusion that people want to avoid. I'm not avoiding hell. That'd be the thing right there. People are so afraid to confront their demons that they run away from them. I want to face them head on. I don't give a fuck how tall they are, how big they are. I don't care if they come in a group. You had to kill me. Because if I came in front of you for a reason, there's a reasoning why I'm in front of you. If I have to confront you or have a conversation with you about something and you're a demonic presence that I have to present myself to, I won't fall short upon that. And I just been thinking too, just not even just that, it's cause just, you know, I get the whole intimidation thing and people being anxious and all that. You never really know what somebody's going through, so that's why I don't judge people. I laugh about it, especially when I'm on shrooms. I just be in a whole different dimension. I'm not in the same plane of existence that other people are existing in. And it happens the moment that we have a conversation, cause I feel as if, man. I don't know. Just with where I am in life, I honestly am thankful to be here. I'm thankful to see all this stuff. Like, shit like this can really make a motherfucker cry, bro. Cause, you know, when you come a long way from your differences, when you come a long way from and putting away so much for other people's satisfaction, it feels great to know that I can satisfy myself with what I want to do. I'm not pleasing somebody's ego because they want me to be somewhere that they couldn't reach. And that's what I had to be able to accept. I had to be able to understand that I'm now living my life. You know, and that does come with a lot of hurt. It does come with a lot of lonely times, but being alone has shaped me into becoming just a better being. Because now I get to really have a conversation with God, quote unquote, and you know, I wouldn't trade this feeling for the world. So I feel like people need to feel what they're experiencing. People need to feel living life and not depreciate. And when I mean depreciate, don't devalue the things that should be appreciated of, you know, going for little walks. Good, how are you?
Great day to be out for now.
Yeah, it is. I like your dog too.
I think you got about another half hour, 45 minutes until the rain hits.
So, yeah, thank you for telling me too. Thank you. Hey, you have a great day too.
What, sorry?
No, say have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you.
You're welcome. Can't make this stuff up. But that's what I mean though. Don't depreciate, don't devalue moments like that. And it was just a genuine conversation. As you can see, you know, Buddy walking his dog. I think that's a Doberman, but shout out to him, bro. Those are beautiful dogs, but I couldn't make this shit if I tried, bro. Y'all just witnessed it in person. I'm just sitting here vibrating. Like I'm just, and I can feel myself radiating a whole different energy. Like I can feel the energy pulsating out of my body. And I'm attracting the future in the now. And it looks so crazy because I gotta teach myself to walk as the person that I wanna be or the person that I affirm myself being. And that's why when you're walking in this life of false light, you cannot be afraid to shine your light in a dark place. Remember, people that you come across are already in that dark place. When you place yourself in the dark, what light are you shining? Buddy told me how much time I got for a video. He didn't even have to do that. He didn't have to, and he heard what I said because I spoke with affliction, yes, that's the word, I think. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, because if I'm affliction, yeah. But I spoke with, strong intent to where, have a great day. He was like, what'd you say? Like, have a great day, bro. I guess he's not used to that, though, because he heard me. I deadass said it, and he was right here, but that's all good. People are not used to these certain things. So even with B today, when we walked into his room and shit, and it was around 10 or something like that, but he was laying down. I dabbed him up and shit. My brother dabbed him up first. I dabbed him up. And I'm sorry, my story's everywhere, but it's just about the day, honestly. So my bad. But I don't feel sorry for living life. I dapped him up. I said, hey, successful awakening, bro. Let's get to it. And he started laughing. And he was like, man, what's up, bro? What's good? But he was, and I feel like it's a lab to where you're working through the uncomfortable words that you never heard before. Because imagine having somebody that can hold you accountable for what you need to work on as a man. And when it's presented to you in your face, what does that look like? You have to be the example. Like you can't depend on somebody else to uphold your life to where you want it to be. That wouldn't make any type of sense. Imagine telling yourself, I want to be somewhere in life, and then you expect the next man to get you there. What the fuck? You want a handout for living life, bitch? Imagine saying, can you give me a helping hand to help me live my life? I'll slap the fuck out of a nigga. If they ever ask me, can you help me? Can you put some food in my mouth? What the hell is going on? And that's how it is out here. It's what I realized. People basically, don't laugh. There's some people out here who really want you to put food in their mouth for them. Spoon-fed ass niggas. Niggas don't know how to go days without eating. And the thing is too, there are going to be days like that to where I have to struggle. And I'm okay with saying that because people have this expectation to where if you see me in person, you'll say, damn, you may have this amount of abundance. Stop lying to yourself. And that's the problem too. I want to be this person to where I have so much profit, so much prosperity to where I look broke. So I want people to be like, oh yeah, he don't got no money. Thank you. I want you to think that. I want you to. And people know that they can't say that because of how I look. And the thing is too, I look like their disapproval for a life that they couldn't even see in their mirror. People don't even look at themselves. People don't even look at themselves in the mirror because they're afraid of what they are seeing every day. And you know what's crazy with that quote I just came up with? I hate what I see every day because what I'm seeing still needs work. Still needs fucking work. And that's why I'm doing my best to work on myself right now. That's why there are gonna be some days I ain't gonna have no money, and that's okay. Because when I get this part-time position and all that, when I keep posting these videos, things will play out for itself. And I have no problem being transparent because people get on the internet and they claim as if they had this amount of money or whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't have anything, because I have something for sure. But if I really had it, I wouldn't be in school. I wouldn't be in this environment right now. I would be right back to where I want to be. But that's why when I'm noticing me just being authentic and not giving a fuck, I have to go through that. People have to give me some flack. People have to shame me for living differently. People are afraid to express what they're going through because it hurts too much to say out loud. People on social media, people show you, their trends, their virality. People show you how much likes they get. They show you the best times that they want you to see. But when they're going through shit, people don't express that. I have no problem doing that because why? We all go through it. That's what blows my mind. We're all going through the same exact. I ain't gonna call it a struggle. I call it a learning experience because you're not struggling, but you're struggling to get somewhere. Okay, if you're not struggling, what are you working on then? Your struggles to where you don't have to struggle no more. But that's why you are testing your character, because you're building determination to push past what you're going through. That's why what I'm going through right now is meant for me to go through, because I appreciate every single timeline that I'm experiencing every day. And the thing is too, my days are so boring. I have no choice but to do what I'm doing. If I don't do this, but it's either this or death. Basically, and you're gonna hear this first. It's either make a fucking video or I'm dead. Because I don't see nothing else anymore. People want me to be on the basketball team. People like Shorty came by who was spraying with the ant spray and all that. She said, "Are y'all on the basketball team?" No. But I can see why she assumes that. My brother made a joke too. He was like, "Oh, it's because we black and shit." Like, nah, but that's when B was like, I mean, shit, nigga, Darius 6'10" and shit. So we started laughing, but I was like, no, bro, like, people want that expectation, and I don't mind playing it. But I'm not gonna lie, what I see right now, oh my God, if people can just trust me, all I'm gonna say is people are gonna cry. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a dreams do come true. I kid you not. When I tell people, and people can't even understand what I'm saying, but when I tell you all, because right now, as I'm looking at the water, all I can see is my future reflecting right back to me. So all I can see is my thoughts expressing themselves out loud. So I think those are like turtles. I'm talking way too fast, my bad. But those are like turtles popping their heads out the water, or I want to say like little birds, seagulls, but it's something different marine life that I'm looking at, and they're just presenting themselves, just standing, being still, being calm. And what I realized, bro, if I do not do this, there is no living life for me. I want people to be able to trust me, and that'd be the problem. People have so much trust in themselves to where they think that people have to follow what they see. And I don't want anybody to follow what I'm seeing right now. Just let me do what I'm doing, because when I make this happen, I want to be the example of, oh, I talked to him. Oh, I know who that is. I seen him before. Exactly. Now that you see that things are happening consistently, do not give up on yourself. Do not care what the next man or woman is doing, and treat people the way that you want to be treated. Move with love no matter how you look. I don't care if you're the best looking person in the world. If you have if you have a shitty personality, who wants to be around that? I wouldn't even want to be around that shit. I don't care if you're the baddest woman walking this dimension. If your attitude, your personality sucks, you're boring, you're a thought booter, you know what I'm saying? You're a slinker, you know what I'm saying? You're a fucking, you're a swallower, you're a gobbler, and that's all that you do. You don't do anything else with your life. I can't be around you, because you don't even know yourself for real. So your energy is pathetic to be around, and you know that, because you should be holding yourself up to a higher standard. So when a higher standard walks into the room, you now shrink. People gotta stop doing that. And then when you go into a room like that, be present. Never feel, and for my tall people too, so I used to do this shit when I was younger. If you're the tallest person in the room, own that shit. Own it. You're a giant amongst, people who are average height, and that's okay. Like, I hate people who are so emotional about their height. I mean, love it. I love you no matter what. I don't care if you are 9 feet tall. I don't care if you're 3'2". I'ma still love you. It's gonna be weird to look at, like, damn, you're 3'2" as a 50-year-old. Shit, grow up. I'm just playing, but you feel me? I mean, overall, I just wanted to get my thoughts out right now, and I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but this is probably the most raw video that I'm gonna make this year, because I'm gonna have more of these. But don't forget to live. Don't forget to do things for you. Don't forget to appreciate where you are in life. If it looks different, good. If you know something great is coming, do not sit on that. I wanted to sit down, I wanted to lay down, because when I'm on shrooms and all that, the energy, it shoots up. It's like a stream of consciousness. So it's overwhelming energy that I embody. So it's like I'm digesting higher ways of existing. So when I'm existing in that and I walk around in it, it's kind of hard to not look at that, because what the hell is that? Who is that? What is this person doing here? You don't even deserve not deserve, but you don't feel as if you belong here. You're like, yeah. And that's the thing too. That's why I don't like talking about myself, but that's why my past life, you know, that's why I came back to this life for that reason, because I was full of myself in the past life, to where I told myself for some strange reason, when I do something extravagant, don't harp on it. Don't sit here and be shocked about it, because we do this shit. You're used to doing it. So when people have this certain persona or this certain regimen that you follow and they just start dick riding, the thing is, I learned in my life, I can't get upset for cheerleaders. Because I ain't gonna cap, these niggas is hoes. And I seen it firsthand. These niggas is hoes. But the thing is too, and shit, these women be dogging these niggas out too. I done seen some crazy shit, bro. Like, there's so much weird shit happening, man. Overall, you know. Yeah. My bad, I'm just watching doves shit walk around. But I didn't want to make this video too conscious for somebody, because, you know, I just be saying my thoughts out loud. But overall, you know, I really appreciate anybody who listened this far. If you made it this far, comment down below. I am thankful to flow like the water that... No. Scratch that. I'm just gonna keep it simple. I am thankful to exist today. I don't want to overcomplicate anything. I am thankful, and say how it is. Should I be my next video? But anyways, I am thankful to exist today. If you made it this far, I am thankful to exist today, because when you just go outside your house, just go outside today. Look outside. Put the game down, put the phone down, put the laptop down. Stop talking to girls, stop talking to guys, just for some time today. Quiet the world and just exist. You're gonna be alright. There's no need to worry ever, because when you're protected, just know something has your back, and that be the thing right there too. I'm so used to protecting, providing, that I'm not doing that for myself. I got some work to do. Have a great and divine day, divine reflection.